Does your dip polish or your gel polish need to come off? Have you ever tried to do it at home? Today I'm going to show you the steps needed and all the ingredients to take your dip or gel polish off at home. Here we go. Okay, I ordered all my ingredients from a nail salon here locally in Dallas, but I'm going to show you what's inside in case you want to get it separately. And I'll also tag the salon in case you want to buy it. What they send you is everything you need to remove your nails, including instructions. Thank goodness. Instructions are right here. And you can do dip or nail polish. I'm sorry, dip or gel. All right, so they give you the acetone, important. They give you some cuticle oil, a buffer, some plastic gloves, some nail files, which you'll need, cuticle board or pusher, whatever you call this, cuticle file. And then they give you Expert Touch removal wraps, which what I love about these, they're from OPI, is that the foil has the cotton inside, and so it sticks, which is nice. And then some collagen gloves for afterwards, because you know this is going to dry out your nails. Now, I would say typically I go to the salon every 2 to 3 weeks for dip polish. This is SC Funny Bunny. Is it SC or OPI? I don't know, I'll tag it. And I get the same color every time. I can make this last 2 or 3 weeks. We are on week 4 of my dip polish. This nail has already come off. And these are all my own nails, just with dip on top, no tips. So let's see how easy this is. I would say to protect any surface you're working on, put down a cup towel or what have you, because you don't want to ruin your table or your bar area. So I'm going to put down a cup towel before I even get started. Let's make it all white. That way it's nice and clean. And for purpose of you being able to see my nails, I'm really not worried about if my head's cut off. I'm really worried about, can you see my nails? So I'm going to get all my ingredients, my instructions, everything in front of me. Don't worry, when we soak it off, I'll kind of fast forward through it. It says to soak them for 15 to 20 minutes, so that may take a while. Let's put all our stuff right here. There you go. All right, it says the first thing to do is to kind of buff down and scratch the surface of each nail. So I think you're going to do that with the buffer. And that's just to get, let me do that with the nail file. Kind of get that glossy layer off. I mean, I will tell you, these have lasted a long time for me. I've never made it 4 weeks before, but I think with the quarantine that we're going through, and the fact that we're stuck at home, probably helped that I wasn't doing very much. Also, if I don't get my nails removed when they're starting to get old, I'll start picking and try to pick the color off, which is never good. How many of you do that? I also have very dry cuticles, so I have to, I literally put oil on them all the time. And then sometimes if they get really dry and rough, I have to put Neosporin on them. I'm gonna tell you what, I cannot wait for nail salons to open back up, that's for sure. So basically what you're doing is you're taking the whole top layer of the color off. I mean, you're still gonna see color, but see how dull that is? You want to kind of file that down, and that's what they're doing at the nail salon with that drill and the drill bit. They're filing that down as much as they can to get as much of that off before you don't want to hit your nail because you'll damage it. Okay, so once you file that top layer off, they're nice and dull, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the cotton side and you're gonna put acetone, soak the acetone in, and then you're gonna wrap it on your fingers. Before you do that though, you're gonna wanna put some cuticle oil on your cuticles because this acetone is gonna be really drying let me get this open, to your fingernails, and you don't want that to dry out. So this was actually closed. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Cuticle pusher is good for everything, isn't it? Okay, that came out. All right, so take your cuticle oil and go ahead and oil up your cuticles, just like that, to protect them from this acetone process, so they don't get any drier than they already are. So you want to just go ahead and put that all over your cuticles. You're going to use it again at the end. All right, lots of cuticle oil on. Oh, it feels good to rub it in. Okay, so now you're going to take your acetone. Yep. Cannot get anything to open today. Everything is sealed. One moment. There's that. That is stuck on there pretty well, so I'm just going to do this. Take your acetone, soak your cotton, and I mean you want it soaked. If you go to the nail salon, you know how much they put on. And now what you're going to do is start wrapping your fingernails. So fingernail on the cotton, and then wrap it up and tuck it in so that all that acetone is soaking into your nail. And then you're just going to go through and do all 10 of your nails. Remember to keep the acetone on the color, nowhere else. Like I said, that one already broke off, so I only have to do 9. Remember, acetone is kind of damaging to surfaces, so make sure you don't spill it everywhere. It's not good for your countertop. I will say a huge appreciation from a manicurist, because this is a little hard to do, especially when you're doing yourself and you've got to have 10 of these on. Much easier probably to do this to your friend or your family member, maybe to get somebody to help you. Definitely something I don't want to do all the time, but in case of emergency. You want to make sure and close it up, because the process of having it closed is helping it soak off. Also, they told me that heat is your friend, so if you feel like it's not soaking off very well, you're going to see that I'm about to put my hands in some gloves to kind of keep the heat in. You can take a rag, get it wet, and then put it in your microwave for like 2 minutes. Get it really hot, and then stick your hands in the rag. So I'm going to close this so my acetone doesn't spill everywhere while I try to do this with this on my hands. There's that. As you can tell, I've got more left, so this must be enough for 2 removals of it. They also give you the plastic gloves, so I'm going to put my hands in the plastic gloves to keep the heat in, I'm gonna let this soak for a solid 20 minutes. All right, my nails have been soaking in these for about 15 minutes. And I would say after doing it the first go round that use the acetone very liberally, like soak the cotton, because the more you soak the cotton, the easier this is gonna come off. So after round one, I'm definitely gonna have to do another round, but you can tell that the polish kind of starts coming off. You can tell it starts coming off, see? And the more you soak the acetone in that cotton and that soaks into your nail, the easier it's gonna come off. So I'm gonna get off as much as I can. And then I'm gonna soak the acetone into these again, so don't throw these away. And do another round to get it off. It's just gonna take a while. I had 3 coats of dip polish on, so that's probably why this is taking a while to come off, so stay tuned. Okay, kind of a checkpoint. I got all these off, and I will say because I'm right-handed, it's easier to do your left hand because obviously, just like when you paint your nails. This is not a manicure. I've just soaked off all the dip polish. I had 3 layers on it, took a while. And then every time you take the silver off, I'm gonna show you in a minute, you're gonna scrape off your nail polish, and it looks a little something like this. These have been soaking for a while. I've got 2 nails that are being very stubborn. I don't know why. So when you take it off, kind of rub the cotton around to kind of get that polish to come off, and then you'll take it off. This one came off this time. And what you're gonna do every time you take it off is you're just gonna scrape downwards. What it's doing is it's melting off your polish. So again, take the acetone and rub it into your nail where that cotton is and kind of help get off. This one came off much better this time. This thumb has been very stubborn. Just to see how it still has some on there. And then every time you take it off, you just kind of scrape off that polish and it feels like it's melting. That's kind of the consistency of it. It's sort of melting off. And then what you cannot get off with acetone and scraping, getting there, is you take your buffer and you start buffing. Because now it's really soft and coming off easily. So you're gonna scrape it off, or buff it off, that's not scraping. And then of course you're gonna buff off any kind of rough edges, some remnants, get all those remnants off. Fortunately, I've done this whole hand and my nails are in pretty good shape. Those are all my nails. So I'm really happy to see that they look good. I'll do a manicure, at-home manicure in a separate video. And then you want to take that cuticle oil and generously work it into your cuticles and just let it soak. This is a great time to turn on a show you want to get caught up on and just be patient. The longer you can take with this, the better your results are going to be. You cannot be in a hurry or you're going to break a nail. So what's key is that you let the acetone nail wraps soak on for a solid 20 minutes. And some of these are going to take 2 soakings. Like these 2 nails had to soak twice. Don't know why, but they just were being stubborn coming off. And again, my dip polish manicure is over 3 weeks old. So I get 3 layers when I get it done. I'm a picker. I like to pick at my nails. So I like a thicker dip polish. See how long it would last with natural nails. May not be long. Can't wait for salons to open again. I tell you what, I have a whole new appreciation for my manicurist. So I'm gonna let this soak a little bit and I'm gonna work on buffing and then I will come back when we're totally done. Be very careful, make sure you have something down. I knocked over my acetone twice and you don't want that to go over everywhere. I also need to trim my nails and file them, so stay tuned. At the end of the process, got it all off. Now I'm gonna take the time to shape my nails until they're pretty gnarly, I guess, that I'm still working on. But the good news is they're not completely damaged underneath the dip polish. I'm gonna file them, shape them, give myself a proper manicure, but I got it off. It does work.